Hi, Tamily. We are about to start our 9th, as in 9, Ask Tamily interviews. And our guest is joining us in just a second. This is always the most critical part of the interview. So her Instagram name is Rory_Tamily. And she's connecting right now. Hi! How are you?
How is your connection?
It's pretty good.
Okay.
I couldn't hear you at first, but now I can hear you.
Okay, I'm turning up my volume. Okay. Hi, this is exciting.
It is. Thank you so much for joining.
Yes, thanks for having me. This is so special.
Absolutely. I can't believe at this point you're our 9th Ask Tamily interview.
I know. Yeah, thank you so much for doing this. It's so nice to get to know all the other girls, and for giving your Saturday too. So that's really awesome.
Yeah, and I have to also thank Nicole because she does all the hard work.
Yeah.
After we do the interview, she does the complicated IT stuff of getting it onto YouTube and everything. So really, I just get to do this fun part.
I was nervous. I was like, I've never done Facebook or Instagram Live, so it was really easy actually. So that's awesome.
It is shockingly easy. The only thing is sometimes about the connection. So hopefully it'll just stay good. And if not, if we have to, I'll stop the video and we can restart. And Nicole will make sure we get all the parts of it onto YouTube as well.
Awesome.
But let's go ahead and get started. I always like to start with this first question that you picked, which I think we've asked everyone, which is when and how did you start the Tracy Anderson method?
So the first time I was introduced to Tracy was when she was on Oprah with Gwyneth Paltrow, and I just remember seeing Gwyneth like sweat, and I saw Tracy like this pint-sized trainer just in overdrive, and I was like, who is that woman? And also it was like really refreshing to see a celebrity, because this was like 10 years ago, so it was kind of before social media, so it was just like really refreshing to see like, wow, like this woman like really works for her body, like she is sweating. And I'm pretty sure she even kind of like complained about dance cardio, like Gwyneth was like, oh, I don't want to do dance cardio, which, you know, I think we all do. So I think I was just like really fascinated by just like how hard this woman was working, and you know, and she has like the celebrity clientele, and so I was just really intrigued. And then I think I got like a basic half-hour DVD, and I just felt like in my muscles like a different feeling than I had felt before. It's like this internal burn, and you know, I didn't stick with it. I mean, honestly, I didn't really stick with it until like probably 2 years ago or something. But it was kind of like all these like little touches, like start with the DVD, and then did metamorphosis, and so really started doing it seriously probably 2 years ago, and so that's kind of been my path, and then really getting into it kind of in overdrive in the past year. And I think that something that's helped me a lot is the Tamily and the Instagram community, because it helps you stay accountable, like you build these relationships. It's just, I think that's so important. And I would also say for beginners too, it's kind of awkward to post your workouts, but I think it really helps with like being accountable and like feeling part of something larger than yourself, especially when you're just like working out on your own. So
definitely. Yeah, I think that makes the difference for a lot of people, because really, I mean, everyone we've interviewed and lots of other Tamily members, nobody like gets that DVD and does it every day for the rest of their life. It's like takes these steps, and this community is like what makes the real difference for people.
That is so true. Yeah, absolutely.
So for you, why did you really choose the Tracy Anderson method over other fitness methods?
I think ultimately ultimately results. And the other thing too is that I bulk, and I'm 5'10", so I don't want to look like a linebacker. So I think that feminine body with like lean muscles, but you're like so strong. Actually, I did a Tough Mudder, hadn't trained for it at all, and there was this like course where you do all these monkey bars, and I did all of them, and but it's like you don't realize how strong you are because you have all these like tiny, like really like pulled in muscles that you're really, really strong, surprisingly so. And even with push-ups and sometimes I'll join friends for their workouts, and I'm like, wow, like I can do push-ups. We don't do that. So it's nice to kind of like have that little reminder. But yeah, so mostly like the kind of results, that feminine body, and then also the flexibility of doing it from home, although I do that from a gym. But I can do it from home and traveling and all of those things too.
So tell us a little bit about your workout space, because it is super cool. Is it actually at a gym that you have a membership?
Yeah, so I have a roommate, and I've been doing my workouts like pretty early, and I definitely don't want to wake her up with me like clanging about. So there's a gym right down the street from me, and it's the gym that Tracy used when she was in Austin. So it has like infrared heaters, it has like a kind of like a humidifier, and it gets hot in there. It gets hot. So yeah, I just blasted till 90. I told them, I was like, hey, I'm going to be like using the room. Is it okay if I turn the heat up? I didn't tell them how high I would turn the heat up, but it's really nice. And also, like for me, kind of working out, having a separate space, kind of like gets me in that mindset. Like when I open that door, like I'm in the studio, I think I take myself a little bit more seriously, to kind of like be like, okay, it's go time. And then so that's like a really nice like luxury that I have. And now that I've been working out with other girls too, it's kind of like the perfect space. So so that's like really exciting. I feel like very fortunate, and it's like right down the street from where I live.
That's
too,
awesome.
Yeah.
I really thought about that before, and I wasn't sure if it was like maybe a gym in your building or something like that. But that's a great thought to see if there's a space you can go to, especially with those huge mirrors and everything. It's awesome.
Yeah, it feels like you're, I don't know, like the first time we did it, I was like, yes, like I'm at like a studio. This feels great. And I've been to a few of the Tracy studios, so it's not as amazing as that, no bouncing floor, but having those mirrors and the heat is just like amazing. So
fantastic. So tell us who in the Tamily inspires you.
Oh my God. Honestly, everyone. Like even just like kind of scrolling through, and I think especially like newbies, like because I remember how hard it's so hard to build a habit, and it's this workout. Like, and I think we forget, like because we do it every day. Like this is one of the hardest workouts in the world. Like it is so challenging, and it just like takes so much discipline, and I think it's just like having that compassion, and just like recognizing how hard it is, and then seeing other people who are really pushing themselves in the beginning is just so inspiring. So the newbies, I also have to say Aggie, because my first post, I honestly wouldn't have even been, maybe, who knows, but like I really give her a lot of credit, because I posted my first workout video, and she just wrote like gorgeous with a heart, and I was just like, oh, that's so sweet. And I was just like, I felt so nervous and so insecure, and like, what am I doing? And this is weird. And it just took like one kind word from someone to just like have that little bit of encouragement, and I think that's so important, and that's why, and it's just like the Tamily is such a beautiful community of women supporting each other, and I feel like that's such a special place, and I've like never, I mean, maybe I've gotten like 2 creeper comments like in the whole time I've been doing this, which is amazing, and everything else has been so positive, and I'm really inspired by everyone. And then you see like nurses who like come home from Paula is a machine. She is so incredible. She really pushes me. And Heidi just joined, and I think just having that like sisterhood, it's really awesome. So inspired by everyone.
Awesome. And my next question, kind of, you're sort of answering it a little bit, is if you have any workout partners, and obviously we've seen some of your videos.
Yeah.
Tell us about that.
So yeah, that's like really been, I feel like that's kind of taken it to the next level, finding people to work out with, and I would just so recommend, like, if you have the opportunity to take a class or like reach out, like Austin people reach out, I would love to like work out with you. It helps so much, like it really pushes you. So just like building that community, I think is really important, especially even if you just do it like once a month and you like look forward to that. Or Christina is coming to Austin next month, and so I'm like, okay, well, have to like, you know, stay on top of things so I don't totally embarrass myself. So yeah, like I think like reach out to like the Tamily in your community. You know, if anyone wants to do a beginner's class with me in Austin, I would love to like to do that. So yeah.
That's fantastic. And, you know, we've realized a lot of people in doing the interviews and stuff, I mean, even if you can't be in the same city, you can FaceTime a workout, you can Skype a workout.
I know, you're so good at
hold
that.
each other accountable, like,
Yes.
you know,
Yeah.
for the 5 a.m. crew, which obviously I'm not in, you know, you can help each other by calling.
Sometimes now, like, it depends on my social life. But yeah, it's so helpful. Yeah, for sure.
So, how do you get and stay motivated to work out on a regular basis?
I think the biggest thing is just like making it a habit and just like committing to it and doing it. And on hard days, like I'm like a dog. I'm like, okay, just Rory, put your shoes on, and then you don't have to go. Like you don't have to do it. Just put your shoes on, and then I'll just kind of be like, just get in the car. Just get in the car, and then like, okay, all I have to do, I'm like at the gym, just push play, and you can lay there the whole time. And then so it's just like sometimes you just like really have to break it down into like really bite-sized pieces. And then also I've been known to, like a dog, kind of treat myself like, okay, if you do it today, like you'll get a scone on Saturday, or you know, finding those little. You know, on Sundays it's just really hard, but then I'm also like not a psycho about it too. I also like really believe in like listening to your body. You know, if it's like that time of the month and you're like really not up for it, like no guilt at all. Like take that time in self-care, like take a bath. Like, I'm not one of those people who like advocate like push. You know, that's great for some people, but I feel like, you know, when you have your really bad days, to just like honor your body and do something that recharges you. So for the next day, like you can fully show up and be like, okay, listen to my body, I rested, and like now I'm ready to like sweat and throw down, you know? So.
And I think that's such an important thing to share, especially with so many new people in the community, that sometimes being new, like it's really good to have this community, but it can be intimidating that you see all these women that they get their workouts on every day and they're doing advanced and they can do all the moves, and you know, they think, oh well, it's never hard for them, and it's actually still hard always for all of them.
Yes. Oh my God, yes.
That I think is a good
reminder. Like I definitely want to share, you know, more of like, hey, like I'm having a bad day, like I just sucked at this workout, but to also be like, but I showed up, you know? And I think that's the thing, like I am so far from perfect, and I have really been like skipping on dance cardio lately, but that's fine, like that's fine, you know? And like, and so now I like have that awareness. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna pick it up this week. I'm gonna like commit to dance cardio again, and that's another great I would say tip is again like using Instagram as a way of like being accountable. And like when I was like going back into like doing my 5 a.m. workouts, like I shared that I was like, hey, I'm recommitted to 5 a.m. and then it's like then I would like have to post like a picture of like me very not excited at 5 a.m. You know, like but I'm here, like I made it. And that's just like that's for me, and like and thank you guys for holding me accountable. So I think that that's like so helpful to just like, you know, on those, when you're kind of transitioning and like, okay, I'm like recommitting to dance cardio, so like I have to hold myself accountable, and this is how I do it. Like, I don't want to embarrass myself or not have integrity in what I say. So I'm going to show up tomorrow, you know? Yeah.
So our next question is, what is your advice to someone that is new to the Tamily?
I think I think the best piece of advice is not to be critical. I think, well, just in life in general too, and just going back to like, this is a really hard thing you're doing, and to just be like really positive. It's like, hey, like, I'm doing this, like, and it's like, yeah, you're not going to get your angles right, like, it's not going to be perfect, and like, I stuck on day one of a new week too, and it's just like, it's very humbling, which I think is like, I actually think this method is like just about like character building in general, and like, yes, like bonus, you get like an amazing body from it, but it's really about just being like, I'm humbled again, and I don't know what I'm doing, and like, you look at this crazy move, and you're like, there's no way I can do that, and then you try, and maybe you get like kind of it, and then by the sixth day, you're like, wow, I can do this. Why was I like complaining? So I think just being gentle with yourself and being like, hey, like, this is amazing. I'm showing up, and not being critical if you can't get the move perfectly. Just like try your best. And be nice to yourself, you know?
Yeah. That is some very good advice.
Yeah.
What is your favorite thing about the Tracy Anderson method?
I would have to say like the community in general. Like I've literally met a few amazing women, and then I know just from like Instagram, like it's weird to have these like online relationships where you're kind of like stalking these ladies, but you just know them, and you're like on their side, and you hear about like their life events, and you just want what's best for them. And I just, like, I've never been in my life in a woman-based community that is so encouraging, that is so loving, that is like genuinely, like, people are on your side, and it's like, I want you to succeed. Like, I see you showing up every day. Like, it's just so incredible. It's just like such a powerful community, and I just want that to like be expanded in the world, you know, like women like really being like, I want you to be healthy. I see you working. Like, I want that for me too. And like, let's all like kind of like rise together and be ourselves, you know? So definitely the community, and props to Tracy for like starting this and for being this amazing woman herself, and really being a woman for women. And I think that kind of, with that leadership, it kind of spread this like awesome community. So,
yeah, I mean, this really is, to me, I mean, I don't, know about every community out there, but it's gotta be the most positive community on earth. Like, to me, to think that, as long as all of us have been posting, and in my experience, and in a lot of the other experiences I know about, people don't get like negative comments about things. There's some few and far between. I can remember some like that people have said to trainers and stuff, and it's not usually people that are doing the method. But Tamily members are never like, oh, you're doing that move wrong, or anything like that. Ever. It's amazing.
No, I know it is. It is fascinating, and it's so encouraging, and I just want to spread that to the world, like Tamily love, and I just feel like there's so much power in like women in community, and like I honestly say, like I could not have committed to this workout if it weren't for the Instagram community, for the Tamily, because it's really hard, and you
advice. Um, what advice have you personally received from someone in the Tamily that's been impactful to you?
It's not like a specific thing. I think, again, it's just like seeing the women showing up every day for themselves and kind of like through hard times that they share. I think probably like just committing when you have those difficult times in your life, when the last thing you want to do is work out, and maybe you're going through like a breakup or something, which has happened to me several times, if you can believe it. But that's even more of a time to like commit to your body and just like release those endorphins, like sweat things out if you're like going through a stressful time or someone in your family's ill, and you just kind of want to hunker down with some cookie dough. Like do that after you do your workout. And I think that just like it's kind of like when you don't want to the most is when it's like the best for you. And I don't mean so much like physically, but like mentally and emotionally, because getting that endorphin rush and just like showing up and be like, okay, like my life is falling apart, but check, I did my workout, so I feel accomplished.
Well, it looks like someone is saying after they met you, they started posting.
Yes, I see that now. I did, and I
it's
saw
working, Rory. You're spreading the Tamily love.
That's so great. Yes, I'm encouraged by you, Sal. So thank you for posting, and it was so lovely meeting you. And that's another great thing about the Tamily, is just like meeting these like awesome women. And I did hear, and if anyone knows, like please let me know. But there may be a Vitality Week in Houston. I don't know if that's a thing or if it's coming down the pipeline or something, but hopefully I will see more Texas Tamily and Sal there in Houston. So I was trying to get into New York, but sold out. But if it has a spot, I would love to go. I feel like I always just miss things. So
well, they go quickly. It's like as soon as Tracy announced it, they're sold out.
I know. I need to just like be ready,
Yeah. Why is your workout personally important to you?
I feel like it's really grounding, especially in the morning. It's like a great way to start my day, and I kind of feel like if I do my workout in the evening, I just feel like a little bit antsy. Like my energy, I feel like once I like really sweat and just kind of like, I feel like it's just like an emotional release. You just kind of start the day with a clear slate. I feel like it's very grounding, and it just clears my mind of like all the clutter. So I think that's probably like mentally again. It's funny because I definitely started this method out of like kind of like vanity's sake, just kind of superficial, like I want to have a great body. And at the time, it's probably like 3 years ago. I was going through a divorce and never dated, so just like wanted to feel confident in something, and it was just like very surface level reasons. And now it's like it really is like more about like my mental health and like the emotional release and just like showing up for yourself, and then like you get a banging bod too, which is always great.
Right, it's just a bonus, even though like that's why a lot of people start with it, but it becomes that's not the focus at all.
Yeah, I would be a crazy person without it. That's why I need it.
That is a great point. What is a motivational quote that you would like to share with the Tamily?
Okay, well, I printed this out. It's my favorite quote of all time. I may cry, but I'm going to read it. So this is by Marianne Williamson, her book, Return to Love. My God, I'm just thinking about it, I'm going to cry. So it's a little long, but it's just a few sentences. So here it goes. Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that frightens us. We ask ourselves, Who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? You are a child of God. Your playing small does not serve the world. There's nothing enlightened about shrinking so that other people won't feel insecure around you. We are all meant to shine as children do. We were born to make manifest the glory of God that is within us. It is not just for some of us, it is in everyone. And as we let our light shine, we unconsciously give people permission to do the same. As we are liberated from our fear, our presence automatically liberates others. So I think like the part that really touches me is your playing small does not serve the world. And just like we're all meant to shine as children do. And it's like it just takes my breath away because I feel like in my 20s, and just like as women in this society, like we're really taught to like kind of stay small, like, you know, speak softly, like don't. And it's like, but where like that passion, like being alive, like shining, like we're all, and it's not just like, oh, it's me, so I get to shine. It's like we all have that potential, and I just love that. I just like love that quote. It just like touches my heart so much, and I think that kind of like that sweat and sparkle, like my little tag thing that I came up with is like, yeah, like do the work, sweat, like get out there. Work really hard. Work hard for your dreams, but like shine. Like let your heart shine. Like be fully alive. You know. And so I think that's just like something that I try to live, and I also try to like bring to this beautiful community that has brought me so much. You know.
Thank you for sharing that thing. I think I've heard like maybe parts of it. Yeah, but that gave me goosebumps. That is a very, very inspiring quote, definitely.
And I think even like what you're doing too is like you're stepping up in like a leadership role, and like I never thought like, you know, I never really saw how this Instagram like working out would like play such an important role in my life. But it's just like you kind of get called to like step up and be a leader, and it's like what can you give back, and it's just amazing, you know, like, and who knows where anything will lead, but all good things, right?
Yeah, absolutely, especially in this community.
Absolutely.
So that's all of the questions that we had prepared, but let's see if anyone that's watching has a question for us. So I'm just looking at the quotes. Lots of people have said hello to us. And the support is motivating.
It's so fun.
We got lots of hearts. But I know there's, I think, 9 people watching us right now. So if anyone has a question they want Rory to answer right now, you can go ahead and ask it.
Okay.
Someone is asking if you're at your mom's.
I am, yes. I'm visiting my mom's right now. My sister lives in Japan, so she's come to visit, so I came down to see her. So yes, my 2 sisters and my mom are having a great weekend.
Oh, that's so nice.
Yeah.
It looks like Aggie wants to know, what activities cause you to feel like you are living life to the fullest?
I love that. Probably so I have a really great group of girlfriends, and when we get together, we try to just like we did, I kind of like hosted a group where we got together and kind of like talked about like our biggest wild dreams and kind of like addressing fear. So I think those like women gatherings where we just like have real vulnerable talk, and it's a very like inclusive, like beautiful group of women that I've like worked with and I know intimately. So I think like having that sense of community. Also, I'm a dancer. As some of you may know, I'm not the best dancer, but I am I enjoy myself. So a lot of times, like if I'm kind of feeling down, or also if I'm like kind of struggling with being motivated in my workout, I'll just put on a song. Right now, I'm really feeling Florence and the Machine, Hunger. And so like put that song on, and I'll kind of just like wildly dance. Would not film that kind of dancing, but I'm just like fully just like in my body, just like feeling like my emotions come up and like kind of just like dancing it out, just like a wild woman. So yeah, I think like dancing from like a heart space of really letting my body like move and feel and express myself through my body. So yeah, that makes me feel really alive. And I see that Heidi said that she loves her group workouts, and I do too. And I'm so glad that she joined us in Austin. And I'm going to be out of town. I'm out of town this weekend and next weekend, but hopefully I'm looking forward to our October TAM session.
Then we also have, let's see, there's a couple more questions in here. How do you get back on the TAM course if you fall off?
Cool. Super easy. Like, just get back on. Like, there's no like rule book. You're not like shunned for leaving. And that's the thing is like, this is life. You know, we all have stuff that comes up, but like, don't like just show up again. Like, people will like welcome you with open arms because they all know what it's like to fall off the wagon. So welcome back. just post. Like, we're there's always we love more people. So join us.
That's a great answer to that question. The next one is, how much does music affect your energy level in your TAM sessions?
I think a lot, yeah. It's interesting because I think it was last week where there was like kind of this like rhythmic, almost like yoga song. It was like very primal, and that was kind of new because I don't know the name of it, but it was like kind of like almost like a didgeridoo or whatever machine is called, but it was like very like just a lot of like melody and stuff, and it really like put me, it's almost like a trance kind of place, and like really put me in that zone. But I think music plays a huge role, and if I'm not jiving with the music, I'll put on my own music, or if I really need to like encourage myself or something, I will I kind of have a little playlist that gets me like up and moving. But yeah, music is a huge thing, and I feel like that's the only time, because I'm not like really like hip to new music. But I feel like Tracy like introduces me to like all the hip new stuff, or else like I would have no idea what's like correct.
Right. Yeah, I feel the same way. I never know who sings it or what it's called, but if it comes on like in public somewhere, I'm like, oh, it's time to do arms, because I hear my
you're just like break out into the arms.
Yeah, like this is my workout song, but she uses such like brand new music. I mean, she does, mix in some older things, but so much of it is music. The first time I've ever heard it, it's in our workout.
Yeah, that's so true.
Well, Nicole is saying hi to us as well, and Nicole is in New York City, and she's going to be going to the studio on Monday.
Awesome! Enjoy that, Nicole. I wish I was going too.
Let's see if we have any more questions. I'm just trying to scroll through.
Hi.
It looks like we might have answered all of them. Rory, do you have anything else that you would want to share with the Tamily while you have this audience?
I would just say, just keep going. Be, gentle and compassionate with yourself. Don't be critical. Just have fun, smile a lot. I am constant, when I, a lot of times you'll see me laughing, and I'm laughing at myself, because, maybe, a lot of times I'll be like, oh, I can't get this move, or, my legs I'm very inflexible. I'm like, why doesn't my leg just go that direction? And then I'm, laughing at myself, being critical at myself, because I'm here I am, sweating my butt off. I showed up, and I'm, mad at myself because my leg doesn't go, 2 more inches in that direction. So yeah, just, not being critical and laughing at yourself is so important. And also, kind of going back to the quote, I would just say, shine, show up and in life, in your workout, and just shine. Yeah.
Well, you are definitely a shining light in the Tamily. I'm so glad we had a chance to get to know you a little bit more. And obviously, the interview will be on my Instagram page for 24 hours, and then Nicole will get it up onto YouTube for us in the next few days. And thank you again for being our 9th Ask Tamily interview.
Oh, thank you so much. I really enjoyed meeting you, and I'm so excited I got to share with all you lovely ladies that inspire me so much. So thank you guys for showing up and always encouraging me to be healthy and live my best life. So thank you.
Thank you, Rory. Everybody go out there and shine now.
Yes, yay! Have a great weekend.
You too. Thanks.
Okay, bye, love.